Ever seen a kid learn to ride a bicycle? There's this little girl in my neighborhood. She's got this tiny little helmet, pink streamers, full of confidence. She hops on her bike and she falls off. She gets up, she falls again. She gets up, and her dad says, maybe we'll try again tomorrow. And she says, no, I'm doing it today. And I thought, that's it. That's persistence. That's belief before balance. Then I realized somewhere between falling off our own bikes and paying bills, we stop doing that. We start doubting. We start saying, maybe I'm not meant for this. But the truth is, loving yourself means staying on that bike, even when the training wheels are off and the road is uphill. When you love yourself, you don't just say, I'm great. You say, I'm worth the effort. You stick with your goals like Henry Ford did when everyone told him 6 cylinders? That can't be done. And Ford said, that's cool. Build it anyway. That's the kind of love that we're talking about. The belief that your vision is possible and that you deserve to see it through. Once people quit before the breakthrough, they look at the reflection and they see failure instead of formation. But that universe, or whatever you call it, rewards persistence. It's the law of attraction, the law of energy, the law of I'm not quitting just before I spill my orange juice. Loving yourself means knowing that you are not a mistake. You are your momentum. We all have that little voice inside ourselves, the one that sounds like an anxious gym teacher. You call that progress? Drop and give me 20 positive affirmations. But that voice, that's the naysayer. You've got to out-persist it, talk back with compassion, because self-love, it's not ego, it's endurance. It's choosing to believe that I'm worth the time to take to get there. So maybe you need to channel that little girl with the pink streamers, scraped knees, determined grin, refusing to quit until she feels the wind in her hair. Because when you love yourself, you give yourself permission to fall, to wobble, and of course, to get up once again. So here's the challenge. This week, every time you start to doubt your worth, I want you to persist anyway. Keep working towards your goal. Keep speaking kindly to yourself. Keep showing up, because love isn't a feeling. It's an action worth repeating every single day. And if you were to love yourself, to stay persistent, you give your work, your patience, your dreams, how far would you go? Remember, self-worth, persistence pays. Love yourself first. Never give up for you to be a success.